Welcome to Democrepublix. Today is Sunday, January 4th, 2015. This is my first podcast of the year. I really hadn't been doing too many of them because I haven't had much time to do it. But I think in 2015, my goal is to try to put out at least one a week of the news that I be posting on Democrepublix.com. That's the game plan, but with all the numerous other things I've been doing, it's kind of hard to do this with the other things that I got going on in the works right now. But my goal is to post at least one podcast a week, about 5 to 10 minutes each, just a little vignette of the week's news. I'm gonna try to post them, like I said, at least once a week. Maybe Sundays, Mondays. I don't know, but we'll try to do that. So let's just go over some of the news we got on Democrepublix. Oh, also before I do that, I want to say I'm gonna start posting more special reports also of some of the news for the week. I'm gonna try to put out maybe once every couple weeks or once a month. I don't know, because like I said, I got a lot of other stuff in the works going on, so it's kind of hard to do the website, the podcast, and write my other papers and research and stuff that I've been doing and posting all that stuff. It's a lot of work, but I'll just try to do what I can. So let's go ahead and get to the news. The first of the news on Democrepublix.com, we have Obama released nuclear terrorists back into Afghanistan. That's brought to us from Infowars.com. Considered a low threat is what they say. Mohammed Zaire was released from his prison cell in Guantanamo Bay in December and was sent directly back to the battlefield in Afghanistan, his home country. Zaire was one of the 4 prisoners released who were considered low threats in a sign of good faith with Afghan President Al-Zarf Ghani, as reported by the New York Times. The report states that the 4 men aren't expected to receive further detainment once they reach Afghanistan. So they're going to be released to Afghanistan. And but according to WikiLeaks documents, Zaire was caught with a sealed can of heavy water, U-235-150 grams, translated from Russian. That means he was in possession of uranium and admitted it was to be used in making an atom bomb. Other items found during the search of his property linked him directly to Taliban extremist networks, including recruitment materials. Okay, so let's go with the facts that we have. He got busted with uranium and was gonna try to make an atom bomb out of it, and he's linked to the Taliban extremist networks, and yet our president released him back to Afghanistan, where we have people in jail getting locked up for petty crimes such as marijuana, getting locked up for 10 years and such for selling a plant. But this guy got busted trying to make an atom bomb and he's linked to terrorists, and we release him back to the public, back to his hometown. How does that make any sense? Someone please explain to me, how does that make any sense whatsoever? Unless you want him to come back and come and attack us, unless you want him to make that atom bomb. That's the only other reason why you would release someone like that. Problem, reaction, solution. The Hungarian dialectic. You create a problem and then you swoop in to fix it. That's what government wants. Government wants you to rely on them. Another headline from Infowars.com is: a new study finds GMO soy toxic to kidneys, livers, and reproduction. In North America, approximately 75 to 89% of the soybeans grown are genetically modified. One may not realize it, But this is concerning news, especially because recent research found that GM soy is toxic to the kidneys, liver, and more. Now, I've done many papers and research on GMOs and aspartame and all the toxins and poisons they put in our food. I've done extensive research on this stuff, and the thing is, they know that it's bad for you. The government knows that it's bad for you, but big business like Monsanto's and stuff fill their coffers. They pay our government to pass the FDA to make products like this legal when they know it's bad for you, when they know it's a health risk. Let's find out what these soy GMO products do to us. There isn't just one smoking gun anymore pointing to GMO toxicology. There is now an entire arsenal of scientific research proving that genetically modified organisms adversely affect the body. And yet another new study conducted by Egyptian researchers, rats given GMO soy were found to have deadly amounts of toxicity in their kidneys, livers, testes, sperm, blood, and even DNA. So the study found that this basically the toxins that's the pesticides that they put in the GMO, so that would kill insects and stuff, actually have an adverse reaction to our body. It actually messes up our kidneys, livers, and sperm. So I mean, think about it. In our sperm, in our blood, that mean in our DNA, that mean it can get passed on to your child. No wonder why all the kids have all these allergy problems and sickly, and all these young kids end up getting cancer, and nobody knows why cancer is up. And I tell you why this stuff is happening. It's because of the GMO, all the pesticides and stuff that they put in our food and feed to us. If these insecticides kills insects, what do you think it does to our body? I mean, it's, I don't know why you have to have all this research to prove that this stuff is bad for you, when I mean you can't take these pesticides yourself and put it in your food and give it to somebody. You go to jail. But it's okay if a big business like Monsanto's do it, put it in the food, grow the food with it, and give it to you. That's fine. I mean, they talk about big government. We want government to take care of us and stuff. But when we have big government, we see they don't do anything to help us. So what's the point of having big government? We need to be able to govern ourselves. We need smaller government, and the people need to say what and what not to put in our food. Because all you have to do is look at what happened in California when they tried to. All California wanted to do was label GMOs, so people have the option, if they want, not to eat it. That's all they asked. All they wanted was to put a label on it to say this is a GMO product and this is not a GMO product. And Monsanto and other companies like that put in millions upon millions of dollars to fight this labeling, trying to say that it's going to cost them a lot of money to put a freaking sticker on your food, which is nothing could be further from the truth. What's so hard about putting a sticker on the product, which they got to do anyway, putting a label on the product letting you know that this is a genetically modified food? It's because they don't want you to know, because they know if you have the option, you're not going to eat that crap. So that's a little bit of the headlines today, both of them from Infowars.com. You can check out more headlines on Democrepublix.com. I have some new headlines about carbon dioxide emission and help rainforests grow faster, about the CO2, how environmentalists try to cover stuff like that up. And we all remember about when Gruber said in 2009 Obamacare would not be affordable, which we see is the prices are going up as the year goes on. It's going to get more and more expensive for Obamacare. And 60% of the GOP voters want Boehner replaced as Speaker, because he's basically backing everything that President Obama is putting forward with the amnesty to illegals and stuff like that. So you can check out all these articles on Democrepublix.com. I'm not going to really get into it today. I'll try to put out another video sometime next week. So I thank y'all for listening. Remember, check me out on Democrepublix.com. Y'all have a good day.